Hi, welcome to English 102. This is Dr. Cooper, and this is the Week 1 weekly podcast. Each week you will discover that I will post an announcement, and sometimes it's video, sometimes it's just audio, and sometimes it's just text, but it is the announcement to sort of kickstart the week's activities, just so that everybody is clear and we are all on the same page. So today I just want to sort of give you a heads up as to some of the things you will need to be doing in this course on a weekly basis. So I will switch over here in a second to a screencast to show you how I want for you to sort of move around in the course network. So first off, make sure that you are finishing up the orientation. There are a list of things that you need to complete. Make sure that you have done all of the things on the list. Make sure you follow directions, because if you don't do that, I may not get your email if it's not titled correctly or you didn't send it to the correct email address, and you'll be wondering, what the heck happened? Okay, so before we go and take a look at the site, I want to wish all of you a Happy New Year. Happy New Year! Okay, yeah, I need to take those decorations down. But anyway, let's take a look at the site. Okay, so I know you've all been here. And of course, you have clicked on the Start Here tab to find the list of things to do to get started. But one of the things, too, that I want to point out, that notice how these items are linkable. So make sure that you're clicking through and getting additional information that I'm providing for you. For instance, this is a screencast that you should watch to help you register for the course and connect composition. Okay, but once you've completed the list of items, you will be ready to go. Now, I'm keeping a list of all of the students in the class, which you can see below in this video or in this announcement, but it has all of the students, and it will tell me whether or not you have completed the items on the list, which are completing the form, registering for the course and connect composition, which requires buying a book, participating in the orientation discussion, sending me an email, and then taking the orientation quiz. Okay, so you can check this list. It will be updated daily, so don't expect that once you complete something that the list is going to automatically update. I'm the one who updates it. Okay, so going back to the home page, I know that you've seen the welcome message or the new announcement that I just posted, which is what you're listening to now. But I also want for you to be sure that you scroll down the page and read the additional announcements that I've posted previous to you registering for the class. Here's an announcement about buying the correct textbook. Okay, and below that you will see the discussions, but there's also an email about forwarding your college email to your preferred email address. Okay, so make sure you read all of the announcements. Okay, so this is what you need to do. Since this is week 1, you always want to click on modules and then scroll down to module 1, and you will see that there are 4 weeks in module 1. Always go ahead and click on the week 1 folder or tab, and in that on that page, it will tell you all of the things that you are responsible for this week. So here you can see that the instructional objectives are the students will be able to discuss personal freedoms and explore possible research topics. So that is the discussion for this week. You're also going to review the research process that is part of the orientation videos, and then complete the class orientation. Then I list each week some reading. The reading will take place both in the paper textbook that you have to buy and also in the online textbook. Okay, so the online textbook is different than the paper textbook. We have 2 textbooks for this class. When you buy the package, you will get the McGraw-Hill guide, but you will also get the McGraw-Hill handbook online. I will also designate which sections of the online chapter you have to read. So you don't have to do any of the exercises, just the sections that I've pointed out for you to read. There's also handouts, and when you click on those handouts, they will either open up into another web page or they will download onto your computer. If they don't download, you need to let me know so I can tell you how to get a PDF reader so you can read them. Okay, so this is the discussion. This is just if you're using a cell phone, you can scan this and open up this discussion on your phone and participate mobilely if you like. More on mobile access later. And then I have a list of reminders for you. So make sure that each week when you start the course, you first read the announcements and then you click on the week page and make sure that you complete everything on this page. So the goals for this week: Finish the orientation by Wednesday midnight. That's January 19th. Participate in the discussion. The discussion will last 2 weeks. And remember, to get to the discussions, you just hit the discussion tab. Discussions will last 2 weeks, and you need to participate a minimum of 3 times in the discussion. I recommend that you read the discussion rubric so you can see how you will be graded. But once the discussion ends at the end of week 2, you will no longer be able to participate. So jump in and participate with Angela and Michael and Sophia, okay, and April. All right, so once again, modules, Module 1, Week 1, will tell you what you need to do for this week, and then also make sure that you read all of the announcements so that you are aware of what you have missed either previously before logging in and so forth. Okay, and then lastly, don't forget, you can always subscribe, and then once I post this weekly announcement for you with the podcast, you will get it in your email box. You don't even have to come to the website. Okay, so if you have any questions, remember you can email, text me, or hopefully that gives you a better idea of what you are expected to do this week, week 1. The key thing is just meeting the deadline by Wednesday at midnight. Now, I've had several questions about the book, and you're not going to like my response, but a lot of students say, well, my financial aid money doesn't come in until 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And, the bad news is that school starts today, Saturday, January 15th. And when you sign up for a class, you have to have all of the materials that you need to be able to take the class now. And 2 weeks is not going to do any good for you. So if you have the money to sign up for a class, you need to make sure that you have the money to buy the required materials. So, you wouldn't buy a new car and then say, well, I don't have any money for gas, so I'm just going to park it in the garage and never drive it. Okay, or I'm going to drive it in 2 weeks. You would have money, or you'd find money for the gas on that car. So find your money for your textbooks. Now, you can do it where you buy the $25 Connect composition first, and then you can go back and buy a used textbook later, the paper part of the book. So I recommend just spending the $75, getting the whole thing that you need, and doing well in this class, because that's what your ultimate goal is anyway. Okay, and then secondly, questions about email. You need to use your school email address. I will always send email out to you via your maricopa.edu school address, especially if it has anything to do with your grade or any personal information that I need to share with you about your progress in the class. Okay, you are free to send email to me from other email addresses, preferably only one other email address and not like 5 different email addresses, because I like to put them in my book so I know who it is. But if you ask me a question about your grade or about your progress and you have sent me an email, I will not be able to answer that question. And I'm not going to go through the effort to respond and then put in a different email address. So you're free to send emails from any email account. I will respond to those questions, just general basic questions about the class, what do I need to do with this, or it's not clear what I'm supposed to do here. I will answer those. But anything about, why did I get a C on my paper, those need to go through the regular email. So make sure you are checking your Maricopa, because that's where my emails will go to you. And then make sure that if you have any personal questions that you respond or that you send me an email via your school email. So either you're forwarding your email or you are checking your email regularly. And I recommend checking your email 3 to 4 times a week. Okay, that's it for now. Good luck in week 1.